Hello everyone again, and welcome to today's webinar, which is a very special webinar actually. We're going to be discussing the future. So it's not just welcome to this webinar, it's welcome to the future as well, because we will be introducing a really interesting feature that CFI is collaborating with, a very advanced feature, and a feature that is applicable and can be used by literally anyone. A trader, experienced trader, a beginner, someone doesn't know anything about the market, someone that wants to trade but doesn't know how to, someone that has a really good strategy and wants to automate it, and any persona actually. So it's going to be a really interesting session today, and I just want to let you know that it's going to be a sequence. So basically next week on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Dubai time, we have the second session. So it's going to be the sequential session to this session, whereby we're going to be discussing backtesting strategies and how to optimize your strategy, how to check if your strategy is actually performing well, and how to make it better. And then the third session, which is going to be not next week, the week after on Tuesday. So we're basically talking about 19th of September at 7 p.m. Dubai time, and the 26th of September, 7 p.m. Dubai time as well. We're going to be sharing all the credentials. We're going to be posting on CFI pages about these webinars. So register to them, because I believe that after the sequence of these three webinars, you're going to be able to practically implement and create a strategy that is going to be linked to a robot, basically. It's AI trading. This is the future. This is where we're heading to. No further ado, I want to introduce Josh Melu, who is the expert in automated trading, and he's currently managing the educational section and everything related to strategies creations at Capitalize.ai, the new company that CFI is collaborating with. So hello, Josh. Welcome to the screen at CFI, and welcome to everyone as well. Let's kickstart this beautiful webinar today.
George, thank you so much for that introduction. Really excited to be here. Traders, welcome. Glad to have you on board for this session. I want you to kick back and relax. I'm going to show you how easy trading can be for all of you. George, if you can just hand over controls to me, you'll be able to do that on the panelist view. Just right click on my page. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Perfect, George. Thank you. Let me get started here, traders. Very important for me to remind all of you, please feel free to open up the Zoom chat box. If you have any questions while we're going through this, George and I will handle the questions towards the end of the session, but please feel free to put any questions you may have on to the chat. We'll most certainly get to them throughout the session. And of course, if there's an issue with the sound or the screen, please let me know about it straight away. So today we're going to look at everything you need to know about code-free trading automation. Now, automated trading can help improve your portfolio. So for today's session, we're going to go through this quick presentation. I'm sure a lot of it you traders will know, but there may be a few things that you don't that will be very important to keep in mind while you are automating your trading. So we're going to look at how you can leverage automation tools to optimize your strategy's performance. It's going to save you time, manage risk, and eliminate emotional influence. As mentioned, we're going to scope limitations, discuss best practices, and most importantly, traders, we're going to delve into some interesting examples. So we're going to go through this presentation quickly, and then we're going to get into the hands-on practicals. I'm going to show you how you can create strategies in everyday English in seconds, back test it within minutes, and a whole load more. So let's give it a go here, traders. And
yes, sorry to interrupt you, Josh. So just so everyone understands what's happening and what's the outcome of this session today, Basically, as I'm talking to you now, this is like literate English. This is exactly how you will be able to program and create your strategy. It's just few sentences. You write your strategy, and the system understands it by itself, creates the program, and poof, you have your strategy basically. Yes, go ahead, Josh. Thank you.
Thanks, George. Traders, as the saying goes, plan your trade and trade your plan. And I'd like to start by asking you what makes a trader. Feel free to put it in the chat if you want to. For me, it's 3 elements. You need to have a trading plan, you need to pull the trigger, and you need to be disciplined. Meaning you need to think of your setup or strategy getting you in a trade before you dive in, and you need to think of your exits in the same way. If we don't, it's usually very hard to think clearly when we're emotionally invested in a trade. For each his own, whatever the risk-reward ratio might be, as long as statistically our overall winnings are on the plus side, we should be fine. Simple, right? Well, we all know better. So what are the pitfalls of our trading plans? Well, it's our human nature. It's greed. When we're in a trade that's going our way, we find it hard to simply close out as our plan had suggested. So we keep it open only to see it going against us. It's the fear preventing us from stopping our losses and ending up losing more than we should have. It's the boredom that gets us in a trade just because it's been a while since we saw our specific setup, and this one is close enough. And sometimes it's the fact that we can't always be there at the right moment. Limitations. It all comes down to the discipline necessary to stick to a good trading plan, which many of us lack. Not all traders suffer those pitfalls. So let's have a look at how trading has changed in the past few years. In the last 20 years, there's been a great shift in the financial trading industry. Today, more than 80% of global trading is being traded using machines. Algorithms that run massive trading orders on a magnitude that just keeps on growing. And it's an opinion here that a very small number of market players are responsible for the majority of global trading volumes because very few traders can afford expensive automated software. Trading has also changed by the fact that these days we have more information than we've ever had before. Excuse me. We are swamped with data. The kind of data that was once very hard to come by is now flooding us all over the network. As such, today's automated trading systems are using much more than price and volume data. Many of these systems are using fundamental data, macro, microeconomic events, sentiment indicators, technical indicators, and inputs from other instruments and asset classes. Let's go through a few examples very quickly. Let's have a look here. Here we have the US Fed updated its interest rate, sets it at 0.25%, and we can see there already sends the market into a bear run. Another example here is within the long-term to the short-term yield curve. In general terms, the difference between the long-term yield and the short-term yield has been a good indicator in predicting fast periods of recession. We should expect that long-term bonds would have a higher yield as it inherently holds more risk. However, when the short-term bond yield is higher than the long-term, it means the market is expecting some trouble ahead. And as we can see here, for the first time since 2007, this was March 22, 2018, the spread dips below zero again. And we can see there the market was quick to respond. And here our last example comes from Elon Musk. This was back in August 7th, 2018. Elon Musk tweeted that he was considering taking Tesla private. And as we can see here, this one tweet resulted in Tesla going up almost 11% in one day.
Similar to what he did with Twitter as well recently, last year.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's insane.
Unlike before, today trading is available 24/7 around the world. Let's take the cryptocurrency market as an example. They trade 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So it's no surprise that automation in trading is a trend that just keeps growing. The reason is simple. When using machines, you're limitless. You can trade around the clock on multiple markets at great speeds. So what is defined as algo trading? Well, in general terms, algorithmic trading means the use of a predefined set of rules, normally written into computer code, to automate the process of buying and selling. By this general definition, the term algorithmic trading could apply to any computer-generated market operation. At times, this term refers to order execution, irrespective of whether the origin of the actual underlying trading decision is computer generated or not. At other times, this term can refer to the trading process where the computer entirely replaces the human trader, taking both the trading decision and often but not always managing the execution. This could also be referred to as automated trading, systematic trading, or black box trading. So why should I automate? As we all know, it's hard to remain objective when huge amounts of capital are at stake, especially in volatile conditions. I mean, who are we kidding, right? It's our money on the line. Let's take, for instance, the Forex market. The high volatility within can be traced back to political or economic factors that influence Forex rates. This is why anyone who's trading Forex must constantly keep ahead of recent events in order to monitor currency fluctuations. For example, a recession is one type of event that can lower the value of a currency. And with that said, emotions are the pitfall of any trader. Overexcitement at favorable conditions or panic in the face of unfavorable ones in a rapidly changing market can lead to costly mistakes. So automation takes emotions out of the picture and instead uses data to make objective decisions. So because of automation, trades have also become exponentially faster compared to previous decades. Being able to react automatically to sudden market changes is a huge trading advantage. And with that, we're going to take a look at some advantages of automation. Hang in there, guys. We've got another 3 minutes. We're going to dive straight into the practical. So the first one, of course, eliminating emotional influence. Automated trading software completely eliminates emotions from your trading. As well, automation ensures that a strategy is applied in its most objective manner, devoid of any subjectivity that may arise when trading manually. Emotions are a major hindrance to successful trading amongst many traders. When using automated software, you don't have to worry about what we had spoken about in the previous, in the first or second slide, about fear or greed or boredom or overconfidence creeping up to derail an otherwise working strategy. Number two, preserving discipline. As we had mentioned previously, successful traders plan their trades and trade their plan religiously. It's difficult to maintain discipline in a fast-moving market where real money is on the line. So automated software solutions ensures that this is possible by making objective and repeated trading decisions at all time, regardless of market condition. Three, speed and accuracy. Automated trading solutions monitor the markets faster and more accurately than any human mind can manage. They're able to track trading opportunities across multiple assets and make accurate trading decisions in real time. Trade orders will be executed as soon as set conditions are met with no human errors involved. We're almost there. Number four here is to trade sophisticated strategies. Using automated trading solutions can help traders apply complex trading strategies in the market, which would ordinarily be difficult to do with the human mind. So whether it's applying complicated exit or entry conditions or intricate trade management using trailing stops and time-sensitive alerts, you can achieve precision and complete objectivity when using automated solutions. Number 5 is backtesting. We're most certainly going to be doing some backtesting today. We're going to get results within minutes on our backtest. I'll show you how easy it is, but automated solutions allow for easy backtesting on actual quantifiable data to determine their effectiveness or lack thereof. Backtesting is a time-consuming activity, but with a trading robot doing the activity, results can be seen quickly and appropriate. Tweaking or optimization can be done if necessary. To me, number 6 is the most important. Time is our most valuable asset. If we look at our daily routines, they pretty much look the same. We sit in front of our trading desk, waiting for events to happen, and we react to them by placing trading orders. What a time-wasting process. Not to mention, we can't be available 24/7. We allow a machine to take over these mundane tasks, we get our lives back. We can free ourselves up to do other things, or maybe focus on researching new trading techniques. We can simply do more is the short answer. And our last advantage here is managing risk. An automated system is a valuable tool when it comes to managing risk. There are so many global events that once occurred can impact our portfolio. Not all of them we can think of in advance, but for those that we can set rules to protect our portfolios in advance. Even in the most volatile markets, automated trading is hugely beneficial to protect your bank. Human emotions such as fear of accepting a loss, or even fear of missing out on a trade, can all encourage manual traders to open positions they really shouldn't be in. So by abiding by automated trading rules and conditions, you can be sure that your trades are only executed at the right time, and your orders will always be closed once your profit and loss benchmarks are hit. Your trading plan can be followed to the absolute letter. And just to sum it all up for you traders, the problem that most manual traders are facing, number 1, FOMO, the fear of missing out. Experienced traders execute their strategies manually and don't have time to make all the trades they want in a 24/7 market. Emotions are bad for good trading. So whether it's FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, or greed, emotions often cause traders to deviate from the plan and result in expensive consequences. And number 3, there's a high barrier to entry. Only those with advanced technical knowledge, such as coding perhaps, or money to spare, have access to trading tools that may make it easier to profit. And with that, traders, I'd like to move on and speak about Capitalize at this point. Capitalize is a trading platform which is today available to trade with CFI free of charge. And when creating Capitalize, our goal was clear. We wanted to provide any trader with a simple solution for automating their trading, from simple to complex, short-term to long-term. Whatever your needs are, Capitalize is there to take it to the next level. And with that, we're going to move on to the Capitalize.ai platform for CFI. You can visit us at cfi.capitalize.ai. Please don't go there right now. We're going to put this into the chat at the end of the session, so you can go ahead and sign up. Traders, just want to let you know, please feel free to open up the chat box on the Zoom control panel, put any questions that you may have on what we're going through, or even comments that you may have, and we'll most certainly get to them towards the end of the session. So you can visit us at cfi.capitalize.ai. If you don't have an account, don't worry about it. You can just sign up for free. Your name, password, and just sets your name, rather, email, and set a password. You don't have to put your phone number. Just be sure to select the P's and C's, and you'll be ready to go. You'll get an email after signing up just to validate your account, and you'll be ready to sign in. Luckily, I have an account already, so I'm going to go ahead and sign in here. Now,
yes, sorry, Josh. So basically, guys, don't worry as well regarding your MetaTrader accounts or platform trading accounts, because we will tackle this point as well. So try to grasp as much as what Josh is saying now from a platform perspective, how it works, how we can link it later on. And don't worry about the accounts or the logins because we're going to pass through them as well. And regarding the point, just really quickly, so it's also beneficial to put your mobile number just for verification purposes, so nothing gets tackled as well. Thank you, Josh.
Great point there, George. Wonderful traders. So for those of you that have not used Capitalize before, well, Capitalize enables you to create your trading strategy in everyday English. You can then take that strategy and backtest it, simulate it, which is similar to paper trading, or you can run it live. Now, the first page I see when I log in is the live examples page. I'm going to come back to this in a moment. This is for any of you traders who are looking for what strategies are working in the market, or just to get an idea of what types of strategies you can create. I'll come back to this in a moment. On the left-hand menu bar here, you can navigate anywhere and everywhere on Capitalize. And we're going to go ahead and start at Create New Strategy. And as the name implies, well, this is where you create all of your trading strategies. Whether you're looking to use fundamental data like an economic calendar, or whether you're looking to use technical indicators like an RSI, MACD, stochastic, or whether you're looking to use price action or levels or volatility or bars, you could even create candlestick patterns on Capitalize, as well as use a price chart. And it's all created here. And the way you think of your strategy is the way you want to type it out. So for our first strategy today, traders, we're going to go with something very simple. Let's go ahead and create it. We'll go ahead and look for let's go with euro dollar. That popped up first. Let's have a look. We're not going to use an indicator. Let's have a look at any time the current hour change is, let's say, positive by at least 0.1%. There's our first condition. And you can have as many of these conditions as you want in your strategy. For our first one, I think we're going to leave it at this. So we're just looking for any time euro dollars current hour change is positive by 0.1%. Let's go ahead and buy one lot of euro dollar. And anytime you select an asset on the wizard, you get a link below here to Trading View. You can reference the price, adjust time frames, add indicators. You could also use Trading View to trigger conditions. Okay, we've got our entry. Let's go ahead and click next. Notice at the top it highlights on exit. Feel free to move back if you need to edit. And just like your entry, well, you could close the position with anything. I think for our first strategy, let's go ahead and set a profit target. We'll do this in pips, considering we're using a currency. Let's aim for 30 pips. And let's set a loss benchmark as well. If you get something wrong, you'll see it appear in red there. There will be some words that you can use at the bottom here. And here, I think we'll go with a one-on-one. So we'll use 30 pips as our close. And traders, that's all there is to creating your strategy, an entry and an exit. Here on the test and automate page, you can choose whether you want your strategy to run once, or rather like that. In this case, it'll enter once, exit once, stop, or in loop. So every time it finishes a cycle, which is an entry and exit, it's going to start another cycle and another cycle indefinitely. You can limit the number of trades a strategy takes. You can have a total stop loss. And here you can name your strategy. If you don't want to, we'll give it a name. And below here, we have our entry and our exit conditions. And here we have our full trading solution. So here you can backtest your strategy, which is going to test it ex post on historical data. We have two buttons for this. We have the default backtest, which will test for 90 days, basically 3 months. Or we have the time adjusted. So you may only want to test your strategy for certain days or weeks. You can go ahead, select that on the calendar and run the backtest. You can then simulate, which is similar to paper trading. So it's going to show you the trades on Capitalize, but it's not going to touch your live account. And then you can run live. So anytime your conditions are met, Capitalize is going to open and close trades accordingly. Worth noting that once your strategy is live, you don't have to have Capitalize open, nor do you have to have your CFI MT5 platform open. Capitalize will monitor, trigger, and execute in the background. And for our first strategy today, traders, we're going to go ahead and backtest this. We should see results within a couple of minutes, depending on the number of trades your strategy is generating. If your strategy is generating, hundreds of trades in a 3-month period, it may take several minutes to complete, but generally should not take longer than that. I wonder if I'm having a connection issue. It should have started already. I'm just going to go ahead and refresh this page, and let me see. No questions so far, traders. Feel free to put any questions you may have on to the chat. Great, so our backtest is running. Just so you traders are aware, it's nothing to worry about, but our backtest uses 1 minute data. It's just the granularity of the test. You can run any time frame through it, and it's obviously a little bit different compared to our live and simulation. That granularity is tick data, which is updated multiple times per second. So let's go ahead and have a look at our backtest here. Oh, I think I've got
a connection. First question, Josh.
Yeah,
so it's from Muhammad. Is there a mobile app for Capitalize? This is the
mobile app? Yeah, so yes, there is. So traders, you can go to the you can go to the App Store or Play Store, just search Capitalize.ai. You can download our mobile app there, have the full functionality of the web interface on the go, and you can also receive notifications. So yes, we most certainly have a mobile app for convenience there. Wonderful. Traders, our backtest is finished. Let's go through this page quickly, because if you get this page, the live and the simulation page is going to look very similar. So here you can rename your strategy. This strategy produced 101 trades in the last 3 months. This is a really nice sample size to go with. If you're backtesting a strategy that only has 7 hits or 15 hits, that's not really enough trades to judge a strategy on. However, anything above 50 or 100 trades in the last 3 months, that's a good amount of information to judge a strategy on. We can see here, this produced 1.77% on a 1-lot trade. The P&L was just below $2,000. You can limit the number of hits you see on the backtest. You can run live, and this is your control panel where you can run live, you can edit the backtest, clone, rerun, and get a shareable link. I'm going to come back to this in a moment. But just to go through this page, we have our entry that we typed out. We have our exit that we typed out. This is our hit chart here. And this represents every trade that would have been taken in the last 90 days had we been running this strategy. And if we move our mouse pointer over one of them, let's say here, we can see some information. For example, this is hit 90, trade 90, return 0.35%. On a 1-lot trade, the P&L was just above 370 or just below 380 rather. But most importantly, traders, you can see the lowest and the highest point the trade reached in terms of min and max. Now, if you want some more information on hit 90, like execution time, price, and so on, well, you could find hit 90 in our notification panel here. And this contains every trade from the latest down to the first. Each trade has 2 cards. 1 entry, 1 exit. Exit always above the entry. So if we scroll down just a little bit, we're going to see hit 90's exit right about there. And just below that, hit 90's entry. So here, this would have entered on August 29, 1:22 p.m. I believe I'm on UTC. I'll show you where you can adjust your time zone in a little while. Executing at 1.08737. It would have exited less than a day later, 30 August, 8:30 a.m., executing at 1.09114. We then have our win-loss ratio at the bottom here. This produced 53% winning, accounting for 53 trades, each winning about 313.32, and 47% losing, accounting for 47 trades, each losing roughly the same as the win. We expect that as we're exiting with 30 pips profit and 30 pips loss. Traders, very important for me to remind you at this point that backtesting is not always the most accurate way to gauge the effectiveness of a given trading system. Sometimes strategies that performed well in the past, well, they fail to do well in the future. So past performance is not indicative of future results. Be sure to paper trade a system that has been successfully backtested, even for a couple days before going live, to be sure it still applies in practice. And something like this is easy to do in Capitalize. So I'm going to go ahead to my control panel here, and I'm going to select clone. Now, clone is a simple copy and paste. It's not going to do anything to the strategy we just created. I'm going to show you where you can find all of your strategies. It's simply going to bring the strategy up onto the wizard so we don't have to type it out again. I'm not going to change anything. Just very quickly, I'm going to go ahead, click next and next. And this time I'm going to simulate. Now our live and our simulation pages look exactly the same. The only difference is in the header, where on simulate it's in yellow, it says simulate, and on real it's in white. You can see here we just got a trigger, so we know right now that the current hour change, euro dollar, is positive. And much of the page is similar to the backtest. There are some differences, of course, so just to point those out. Here we have some info. It's live, it's in loop. We've got one hit, it's just happened now. You can limit the number of trades the backtest takes. You can have a total stop loss here. And your control panel on live and simulation, you can stop, edit, clone, run live, change from once to loop, and get a shareable link. And as with the backtest, we have our entry and our exit. You can see our notification panel here. Our hit charts are starting to populate. Our win-loss ratio will populate when the trade closes. This only takes into account closed positions. Now, the main difference are these widgets. And these widgets are monitoring the current hit. So we can see here this is working on entry. So we know that's the current hit. And we got two conditions. We're looking for profit of 30 pips or loss of 30 pips. And whichever, here's our profit. This is our loss, we can see here. Whichever of these conditions is met first is going to close this position. And just to make sure that the current hour change is in fact positive, we could bring up our trading view chart. We'll bring up our trading view chart. They were on 1 hour. We clearly see their positive big movement happening there at the moment. Wonderful. Traders, yes. Let's get... Yeah, George, go ahead. You got
George. We have some questions. They're pulling up. It's really good. We like when people want to know more about what's happening, because guys, this is a huge topic. This is a really nice platform, as you can see, but we want to try to benefit from it as much as we can. So we have Josh Wael is asking us how we can connect our MT5 account to Capitalize. So if you can make a small demonstration on this.
Yeah. Perfect. George, I was planning to do that in about 5 minutes or so. We have time until then?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Okay, great. Traders, I'm going to show you how to connect your accounts. Before I do that, though, I very quickly want to go through a few more items on the left-hand menu bar. Here you have browse examples. And as mentioned, this is a great place for any of you traders that perhaps don't have an idea on what strategy you want to run, or just get an idea of what types of strategies you can create. Now, you can choose between Forex, stock, commodity, and crypto. I might just stick on Forex for now. You can tag it if you like a certain asset or indicator, or you can sort by the best returning down to the hit counts. I won't go too far down. Let's have a look at something like this. This caught my eye. This is looking at GBP USD. We're looking at two moving averages, a short moving average of 10, crossing above a longer moving average of 30. Oh, that's not the only condition. We're also looking for daily change to be positive on GBP USD. For the last 180 days, we're going back 6 months here. 83 trades, 72% win ratio. We had about 2.51% return. Now, you can go ahead and view the performance. And what you're going to notice is that it looks like a live or a simulation page, and that's because it is. It's running live. And if you traders want to use a strategy like this, well, you could go ahead and use it as a template. Again, it's a simple copy and paste. It's going to bring the strategy up onto the wizard. Of course, you can edit, add, remove, whatever you like. You will need to input the value that you want to use, and you can go ahead, backtest, simulate, or run live. Then our next item is the My Strategy page. This is where you can view all of your strategies, all of your live, your simulation, your stops, and your backtest. It's also where you can control them. So here's our simulation that we turned from the backtest. You can access the strategy page by clicking anywhere on the bar, or you can control it via the control panel here on the right-hand side. We then have our stops, and then of course we have our backtest, that we just ran today. And with that, George, I'm going to move on to show everyone how to connect your accounts, traders. And most importantly, we're going to execute a live position right now. I'm going to show you how it looks, how it's going to look on your MT5. So let's go ahead and set that up. On the left-hand menu bar, I'm going to go ahead to connect trading accounts. So very important to note that once you sign up for Capitalize, your account is not automatically connected. You will still need to go ahead and connect it. And what I'll do is click there, and all we have to do is enter our MT5 account number, and let's go ahead and put our password in, and be sure to select the correct server to use. I'll show you where you can find that as well. And we can just go ahead and submit it. It will ask you if you want to use 2FA. I do recommend that you use 2FA, but of course you don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, and just a quick thing here, Josh, as well. For the ones that don't have already credentials related to MetaTrader, you can click on the highlighted sentence on the left side, open a CFI financial account, and you can actually open and register for a MetaTrader account, and you will receive the credentials by email as well.
Correct. Great. So we are now connected. I'm not going to enable 2FA, but you'll know you're connected when you see your CFI account number there. And now that we're connected, traders, let's go ahead and execute a position. So I'm going to go back to create new strategy. And this time I'm not actually going to use anything. I'm just going to buy at market. So let's go ahead and buy one lots of, let's go this time with, what should we go with? GBP USD. And what we're going to do is we're
Give us some suggestions, everyone, as well. If you want different instruments, so we want to test to see in the chat box, you can give some suggestions if you wish.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we've got our, George, let me just try something. I seem to be slow at the moment. I want to try change my network. Let me see if this helps. And let's just go ahead and close position. Let's say a trailing stop, which will trail from the highest point the trade reaches of 0.5%. We are done now. And what I'm going to do is run live. This should execute immediately. There are no conditions. So let's run it. And I heard my MetaTrader there now. I'm just waiting for this to execute. Let me just see my MT5 here. Let's get it up here. And what we might do is maybe halve the screens here. Hold on, let's wait for this to execute here. Oh, wait. You know what? There might have been a problem when I connected account and created strategy. Let me go ahead and create another strategy. Telling me the credentials are incorrect. Let's go ahead and just create another one. Let's buy one lot of what have we got here? Let's go with euro dollar. Yeah, let's go with euro dollar. Let's see if this works out. Let's close position. Let's just go with 10 minutes after entry trigger. And let's run it here. It should execute in orders were sent. Okay, we've executed this one. So I think it might have been a connection issue there. So this is executed already. I'm going to go ahead and open my MT5 account here. And here is the trade that we have running right now. We can see the price that we got. We can see our profit at the moment. And we're going to watch this run out for the next 10 minutes. We're going to watch it exit as well. Okay, so let's move back here. We're going to leave this for the moment. It's going to end in 10 minutes. Let's see if we can get in to profit here. And while this is running, traders, just some housekeeping to get through very quickly. I'm going to leave the majority up to you traders to explore in your own time, but I want to show you where you can find everything. So on here on the left-hand menu bar, we have our Learning Center, a great place for you traders to get a scope on what you can do with Capitalize. We run demo sessions twice a week. Feel free to join in. We go through the platform. It generally turns into a trading discussion at the end. You're always welcome to join. We then have our Discord community. Your invitation is waiting here. And with our resources, we have our videos, our YouTube channel, of course. And we then have this examples page. I'll very quickly go there because for any of you newbies trying to get a grip on how to create strategies on Capitalize, this would be a great place for you to have a look. And what is a lot of generalized templates or generalized strategies from dollar cost averaging to using trailing take profit, dynamic entry price. So, if you're looking to trade at a specific price or perhaps, at a specific time, or perhaps to avoid a time altogether, you could have a look at what a strategy might look like and an exit. And again, if you need more information, click on the Learn More. You'll get some videos and articles there as well. And we then have our article section. This is the place to go to if you're not sure on something. So everything we've been through in this introductory webinar, you can find in our article section. You can browse to the categories or you can search in the search bar there. And while this is running here, we've got about 7 minutes left on the trade. Let's go over to our settings here. This is where you can adjust the time zone you want your platform to be in. I do apologize. I thought I was in a UTC, but I'm actually on US Eastern time. You can set up or change your password and 2FA. And traders, most importantly, you can set up your notifications. So you're notified of anytime a entry is triggered or exit is triggered or trading orders expired, and you can set it up to your preferred method, be that email, desktop, or as we had mentioned previously, my favorite is the mobile app for notifications. You go to the App Store, Play Store, download our mobile app, get the full functionality of the web interface on the go, and get notifications there. So whichever is your preferred method, you can go ahead and set that up.
Okay, Josh. While waiting for the execution to happen, let's answer on some questions. So we have a question: is it safe to enter MT5 credentials? Yes, this is safe, guys. So basically, this is a collaboration happening between CFI and Capitalize.ai. So we have everything secured, we have everything planned, and we can safely link both platforms together. Okay.
George, if I could just mention, George, sorry, if I could just interject for a moment. It's very safe. We use the same SL encryption technology that CFI uses, and only we don't have any access to your credentials. That's all encrypted. So we can't see that. It's very safe for you to use Capitalize.
Thank you for this, Josh. Okay, another question. How much time does it take the platform to execute the order? So as I believe, and correct me, Josh, if I'm wrong, it's executed instantly if this is based on what you've created in the strategy. So based on the strategy, it executes when the conditions are met. Correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, on this.
Yeah, that's correct, 100%. George, I would say that executions should happen within seconds of your conditions being met. If you're noticing any lag or low latency on a strategy, or you feel a strategy was delayed somehow, please contact us here on the in-app chat. You'll see a familiar face there. That's me. I'll be the one speaking with you. We also work on Central European time. So anytime, if you send us a chat now, don't worry, we're very responsive. We'll get back to you on the next day. But yeah, George, you're right. Instantly, I would say, within seconds, it should be executed. Far more faster than, manually having to look at a position, open up your trading platform and execute the position yourself.
Exactly. And experienced traders will understand this completely, because it is time consuming sometimes when you're waiting for specific conditions to be met and you're observing the charts, let's say, to go and put the position value and then decide on the stop loss and do all of this. So it's really beneficial and it's really fast to integrate this. So another question, can I link the Capitalize platform to my Excel sheet to trigger orders through that? What do you think, Josh, about this? I believe it's not possible, maybe.
Yeah, George, you're right. This is not possible, but funnily enough, this is frequently requested. Not only spreadsheets, but also, the likes of Twitter, Twitch, Telegram, and so on. It is something in our purview that we're looking at doing, but at the moment, no. But I can assure you guys it's on our to-do list.
I believe with the current rush in AI and new technologies, we're gonna have this within maybe, if not months, if not weeks, actually months, not more than that, because the world is changing so fast. Everything's being optimized. So guys, be prepared. It's not available now, but who knows? Maybe tomorrow it's gonna be. So stay tuned for this. We have other questions. So Lynn, can we make multiple strategies on the same cross or stock that contains selling and buying? Okay. If you can repeat this question, however, if I understood right, so maybe just the question here is basically, can we, on the entry level, on the entry segment, can we include a buying and selling signal in the same formula? Is it possible? Or we're going to have to create two different strategies and link them to the account?
Yeah, actually, great question here. George, frequently requested as well. So at the moment, traders, Boolean types are not available. So you can only have a buy or a sell in the entry. You can't have both at the moment. Reversing strategies is high up on our to-do list as well. So basically, you'll just need two strategies for it, one for the buy and one for the sell. Maybe important for me to also mention here, George, is you traders can run up to 60 live strategies simultaneously. And if any of you traders need more, contact me on the in-app chat and we can most certainly increase that.
This is a really good point, actually, Josh. So to answer this question in a simplified way, you can't put the two executions, let's say, in one automation, so in one sentence. However, you can create up to 60 different functions. So here in the screen that Josh is sharing, we have, let's say, around 3 live functions. Okay, so you can create, if I'm not mistaken, up to 60, where you can mix them between buy or sell or whatever. True, Josh?
Yes, okay, correct.
Amazing. Our last question for now, and if anyone has any other questions, guys, please go ahead and put it in the chat box. So can we connect the AI to our own analysis, like demand and support zones? I'll leave this for you, Josh.
Yes. Okay, the short answer, if you're using a supply and demand indicator, I don't know where you're using it from, but if you're using it, for example, and I don't want to elaborate further on this session, but if you're using an indicator that we don't have, like supply, demand, the super trend, CCI, chandelier, a whole load more, if you're using that from TradingView, you can actually connect it via a webhook, and you can do this with if webhook. The reason I don't want to go into this right now is we will get into this in the third webinar when we look at range, momentum, and swing trading. But yes, the short answer is if you have a specific indicator that you traders are looking to use, you'll be able to use it.
Yes. Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, if you need guides on anything or you're not sure, again, traders, chat with us on the in-app chat and we'll guide you through it.
Yes, so to add on what Josh is saying as well, guys, so remember, next week on Tuesday, we have another session, continuation session, to delve deeper into backtesting and optimizing a strategy. And the last session, which is not next week, the week after on Tuesday, we're going to be providing different strategies. We're going to be tackling what type of strategies we can build based on different indicators, and we can make it like take it up a notch a bit. Okay, so prepare yourself, prepare your suggestions for strategies as well, because it's going to be packed. Okay, and don't miss out next week and the week after, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Dubai time. And Joshi, we have one more question. What indicators are available in Capitalize? So if I'm not mistaken, Josh, we have on the left side, we can go to the examples, if I'm not mistaken, and we can pick from different indicators, different hits, right?
Definitely. So, traders, if you wanted to find the exact indicators that we have at the moment, of course, you could type it out on the wizard, but an easier place would be to go to our support page here and simply just search for technical indicators. I can tell you that at the moment now, we have all the basic indicators. So we have EMA, moving average, RSI, MACD, stochastic, Bollinger, pivot, ATR, and so on. So if you just type in technical, yes, terms for technical indicators, you'll see the ones that we do have. And George, as I had mentioned, if your traders are trading with specific indicators, you could still use it via a webhook.
Okay, amazing. And we're gonna elaborate a bit more on this in the upcoming sessions, right?
Definitely, George. I think what you had said about the optimization through backtesting, that's our next webinar, traders. This is going to be a really important webinar, especially for traders that are new to trading. Even experienced traders, a lot of traders don't know what strategy to use, don't know what strategy is working in the market, even myself. It's only through backtesting that you can identify what works and what doesn't. You may have the best idea in the world, but if you backtest it over, let's say, 100 trades and it's not profitable, well, chances are it's not going to, all of a sudden start being profitable. Alternatively, you may have an idea that you don't think is good and you run it through a backtest and, it may appear to run well. So next session, we're going to be focusing on how to build strategies, how to optimize strategies, and most importantly, how to tweak them, entry and exit, to get better results in P&L, in win-loss ratio, and so on.
Amazing. Thank you, Josh. It was a really good session today. I hope everyone benefited from what we've discussed. We understand that maybe this looks still new. However, trust me, after like maybe 20, 30 minutes of just practicing on it, it's going to become easy. It's going to become smooth, and you'll be able to hover over it in a really nice way.
George, could I just mention one thing before we go? Just one more page to show you, traders, is our Discover page. This is also a great place for any of you newbies, just getting a grip on how to create strategies. And what it is a lot of generalized templates, from using tech indicators, strategies with price action, smart trades, all the way down to candlestick patterns. Something we're very excited about is our new community page. We've only just launched this in the last month. We already have 4 traders that have submitted their strategies. And these are really cool. The traders give you an idea of what they're looking to do. For example, this is Quant X Solo. He's looking at the lone soldier as a bullish reversal candle pattern that typically occurs at the end of a downward trend. And he goes on to tell you what he's looking for. You can then view the template. This one's using at the moment crypto, looking at Litecoin, using a candlestick pattern, and using a time enforce at the end to close the position after 24 hours or at a loss, and including the moving average in there. So there are a lot of resources, George, for your traders to have a look at. And again, if any of you traders need guidance or a little bit of help, do not hesitate, do not be shy. Chat with us here on the in-app chat.
Thank you, Josh. Okay, amazing. So everyone, in case we hovered over how to link your accounts to MetaTrader and how to create MetaTrader accounts in case you didn't have ones. And furthermore, if you face some technical issues or anything related to your accounts, I've also shared the both links, cfi.capitalize, it's in the chat box. So this is the platform itself and how to create your login credentials on this. And at the same time, I've also shared the website, CFI's website, in case you witnessed any issues regarding the account creation. You can go through the website and you can link and connect to a new account if you want as well. Okay, just to make it simple. Thank you, Josh. I guess the questions are done. Thank you, everyone that participated in today's session. We're waiting for you next week and the one after as well. And yeah, amazing, Josh. Thank you for today's session. It was smooth and it was filled with information and looking forward.
George, thank you so much for the invitation. Traders, thank you so much also for your interaction. Great questions coming through. Please be sure to be in the next one. And George, to you and the team there and to all of you traders, take care of yourselves and stay safe, guys.
Thank you. Stay safe, Joshi. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.